morning. Hope you had a restful weekend. I certainly did. It was the first weekend. We hadn't had a day off for about 12 days after our retreat last weekend for the Australian authors. And yeah, it was very much enjoyed some R&R and just doing puzzles and family games and some spa time and all that kind of stuff. So this morning, this week we're leading into our second virtual retreat for the month for our USA participants and talk about self-induced jet lag, where we're going to be getting up at 3 a.m. and 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. 3 days in a row to service those that side of the world, which is also really exciting, and to be spreading the ultimate world, vibe all throughout the world, right? So today, good morning, Rose. Today, hey, Annette. Annette's taking part in this weekend's retreat, which is really, really exciting. So today I wanted to talk about how committed are you to you? Okay, so we make certainly commitments in our lives that involve our partners, children, colleagues. We're committed to who we work for, and our friends. And good morning. Oh yes, Makeup Monday is well alive. And check this out, I also did my nails because I can do my shellac and my toes. Let me see if I can show you guys. Hang on, I can do it. Here we go, the toes are done as well. So and this is a new dress. Yes, this is a new dress. All right. That I actually purchased on the day I ran my very last face-to-face workshop on the Sunshine Coast back in March, and I never got to wear it. So anyway, back on topic and away from Makeup Monday. How committed are to you? As we said, we make commitments to other people, and we stick to them and do things for them. And however, many times I've seen people lack a commitment to themselves. So that's the point of discussion today, is how committed are you to you? Because I believe the biggest commitment you can make are the things that you commit to for yourself, right? Because if you're not taken care of, how the hell are you going to take care of all of these other people, right? So we're going to go through my top 10 list. Now, this is not going to be your top 10 list. I'm just going to give you ideas from my top 10 list. And then after the call and listening to this, you're going to have to sit down and do your own top 10 list of things, or 10 commitments to yourself. Not the commandments, but pretty close for yourself, as to what you are going to commit to moving forward, so that you experience life in a healthy, in a happy way, joyful, and all that kind of stuff. And they're going to be surrounding the different areas of your life. So listen up and then think about, well, how does this relate to my own life? What am I going to commit to myself to doing, and who am I going to be as well, in order to have the things that I want to have in my life. Yeah. So these lists of 10 are just totally random. They don't come from they're not in any particular order. You don't have to put them in order. But it is so easy to break commitments to ourselves. It's like you're not hurting anyone else, right? But are you not hurting anyone? Because you could very much so be hurting yourself, which is actually the worst thing you could possibly do. Okay, so committing to yourself should be the first and foremost thing, and then the commitments to other people and those around you that you make. Okay, number one, we start off with rest and sleep. Okay, so I commit to always having 8 to 10 hours of sleep a night. Okay, some of you that know me or don't know me and ask, often people observe what I do and they go, Nat, do you ever sleep? Well, here's the answer. Yes, I do sleep. I sleep a lot. I love sleeping. Last night I went to bed, I think it was 11, and I got up at 7. My alarm clock actually woke me up in the middle of a dream, which I don't like, because then you kind of feel, where the hell am I? What's going on? You don't feel like you're ready to get up. But I had to get up and have my PT session at 7:15. So I commit, I don't sleep enormous 10 hours every night, but there is probably once or twice a week, maybe on the weekends, I'll like stretch it out to 10 hours. Most of the time, 8 hours is enough, and my body naturally wakes up and gets up. And I don't wake up at all in the middle of the night. I just sleep right through it. I can have a nap in the middle of the day when I want to. But I commit to that, and I'm very, very, very like I make it happen. All right. I don't stay up unnecessarily. I don't leave backlog of work that I have to do an all-nighter. Like at university, whenever I studied anything, you know how uni students say, oh, I do so many all-nighters and all that kind of stuff. I've never done an all-nighter in my life. Why? Is because I've always been super organized to get my shit done, so I've never had to do an all-nighter. Okay, so that's always been the commitment. Get stuff in early, like due dates. Like, what's that? Like, I always go way before the due date of anything is due, and everything's always planned out so well ahead. Like, everything that I'm doing this weekend for my US authors, I've already got everything lined up. I don't need to stress it out. I don't need to rush. Yeah. So my commitment now, my number one commitment to myself is to be well rested, because when we're well rested, we can of course then perform at our peak, and we can be happy, and you'll get a lot more done. Good morning, Jules. Good morning to lots of you that are on the call. So sleep, rest. I commit to having 8 to 10 hours of sleep a night, and my sleep is non-negotiable. Okay. All right, number two, well, it's linked into sleep, and as you heard me, got up 7:15 this morning to do my PT session, and that is exercise. Okay, about 5 years ago, I hired a personal trainer, and I said I commit to myself that from here on in, I'm going to exercise 4 times a week, every week. No excuses. Doesn't matter if you're on holidays. Doesn't matter if you're traveling on the road, which I did a lot. I was on a plane every single week, so it's like, oh, now I'm traveling, I'm not going to exercise. No. So I decided to invest and do 2 PT sessions with someone I had to turn up and be and exercise with, and then I would do 2 other workouts on my own. And if it was as little as following my 7-minute workout app on my phone, I would do it, but I would fit in 4 times. Sometimes I'd have done 3, and the fourth one was just like lagging behind, and like 5 p.m. on a Sunday night, I'll squeeze it in. So that is something I've followed for 5 years now. And I can tell you that it's another way that my energy gets boosted. I feel great. I feel comfortable in my own skin, and I just make it happen. I just go, you know what? It's just, in the morning, get it, do the worst thing first, because I hate exercising. I don't like it, but I know it's good for me. So I commit to that for myself, because then I know if I do these first 2 things, everything else is going to work so much better, and I'm going to have the energy to deal with it all a lot better. Why am I able to cope with this isolation of stage 4 as well as we are doing, and everyone is because of these top 10 commitments that are getting us through, the mindset behind it all, right? All right, if you have one for yourself, what's something that you do that you always have committed? And lately what I've committed to as well, to myself, is to do 10 minutes on the foam roller, where I lay vertically. It's down my spine, so it opens up my chest, because we work a lot on the computers. And I've been doing that like 5 to 6 times a week for the last at least 5 or 6 weeks. And now I want it to be like brushing my teeth, which is how it's becoming. Okay, number 3, moving away from health now. My commitment when I invest in someone or a program. Okay, when I invest in someone or a program, I commit to myself that I will get return on investment every single time. I commit that I'll remain coachable, and I'll go and do the work, and I'll do what they say and push myself out of my comfort zone. Okay, because I've seen way too many people just go, I'm going to buy this magic bullet, I'm going to invest in this person, in this program, and I think it's just magically going to manifest in their lives. Yeah, but no one makes you successful. You got to go, actually, they can give you the tools, but you actually have to commit yourself to doing the work and following that and learning, because you're going to be doing it for the first time, which is always going to be awkward and unfamiliar to begin with. Hey Fiona, nice to see you on the call as well. Okay, so when I invest in someone or a program, I commit to getting return investment every single time. I do the work, I remain coachable, and push past my comfort limits. if you haven't done that in the past and you have flushed down a lot of money down the toilet, stop doing that. Stop grabbing the next shiny object and thinking there is a free lunch or someone's just going to magically make some success within your life, okay? Commit to yourself. You're going to do the work because it's only you that can make you successful. Others can be show you a path. Here's the path. You know, these are the actions you're going to take on that path, but you have to actually go get your hands dirty. Oh, Rose says it's called spinal flossing. There you go. I'm doing spinal flossing. It does sound like a daily task, like flossing my teeth. Actually, flossing my teeth is something that I have been doing daily for probably 15 years. When I got told in my mid 20s that my teeth were going to fall out because in our family have really sensitive gums and all that sort of stuff, and they said you need to stop flossing your teeth every day, and scared the shit out of me. And I did it, and now it's like it's been amazing because it just helps so much. So there you go, Rose. We can add that other flossing onto it as well. All right, number 4 commitment to myself is to build financial security and save for the future. Okay, that's my commitment to myself. So to live within my means or below my means, yeah, below my means. It's not above. So continue investing, continue spending less than I'm earning, and always continue building my buffer bigger and bigger for rainy days. Okay, so I'm committed to that. Because I know that life is not just now. We know that life is also when we're 60 and 70 and 80 and families and all that kind of stuff, and global pandemics that can occur. Right? So that is what I commit to, and I've been like that. I guess I was raised, learning to always save for a rainy day, but very, very much so. As we've been building what we've been building, it hasn't been frivolous in any shape or form, but continuing to commit to ourselves to put away all of that, to continue investing, because what we're doing right now, it won't be the same thing we'll be doing in 10, 20, 30 years time, right? It'll be a little bit different, or we'll have decided to retire. Actually, on my vision board here said choice of retirement by 45. Got 2 years. All right, and actually we are on track of that if I wanted to, but I don't want to. Okay, it's not going to happen. But the things that have been set up, if I was to sell everything and I wanted to live and not work, I could. I reckon by 45 I'll be able to do it. But I'm not going to because I love what I do, and I'll keep going, and then I can help my kids and a lot more people as well. Okay, so that was my number 4, the commitment to spend less than I earn and keep putting away for financial future security and saving and rainy day. Okay, number 5 on my list is saying no when something doesn't serve me or I don't want to do it. Okay, good morning, Linda. Okay, so saying no when something doesn't serve me. So this is a hard one for a lot of people, huh? It's like, I don't want to make them upset, they're not gonna like me and all that kind of stuff, but there's only one of us, right? I got better with this the busier I got, and the more opportunities can come in my way. You can't say yes to every opportunity, and not every opportunity is actually an opportunity, right? So I have learned how to just go, no, declutter. I don't want to do that. I want to do this, that, great, and just choose the path that I want to go on, because we all have different values of what we want to go on. Yeah. So get better at saying no. And the more successful you get, you will get better at saying no, because you won't be able to please everyone. And forget about being a people pleaser, because we're not going to be liked by everyone. So that is okay. So that's my number 5. Okay. Number 6. Planning and scheduling. Okay. When something goes into the diary, yes, this diary, it must happen. A lot of people have heard me say, what gets scheduled gets done. I think originally Tony Robbins said it or whatever. And I love that saying. And absolutely, whenever anyone requests anything, or my mum says, oh, can you help me with this? I go, get me to open up my diary. And when it goes in there, it has to get a tick and it doesn't get wiped out. Okay, so that commitment to myself. If I schedule something that I'm going to do, whether it's going to be my exercise, my trainings, my events, sometimes people ask me, oh, Nat, is that event still running? I go, have you met me? Like, I never cancel or reschedule anything. Once it goes in, it's in and it happens. That's what I'm committed to myself about, you know. So if I say I'm going to do such and such task for my business today, I'm not going to not do it. Yeah, that's, you know, I've got here, I've got to do email content stuff, I've got to do sales follow-ups today, I've got a couple of chats here, I've got a number of things. It's all of that's going to happen, and then I'm going to add extra things on top of it, because then I'll usually when I put it down, I focus on those things first and then get on the other stuff. All right. So planning and scheduling. Okay. So something goes into the planner. It's a massive fail for me if it doesn't happen. It's a massive fail. That's how I feel. Oh my God, I have cheated myself. That's how I feel. All right. Therefore, it happens every single time. So what gets scheduled gets done. Maybe write that down and make it a rule in your life, you know. And it's like I'm very also protective of what goes. It goes back to the saying no for those things that don't serve me. I'm very protective as to what I write down in my planner. Okay, because if I write something down, that means I have to do it, right? Especially that annual planner, like, you know, when I say I'm going to do all of these events and I'm going to do all of these retreats and my year is just going to look like this, right? You look at that at one side and I'm like, oh, I'm going to do it. And, you know, okay, take a breath. It's a whole year, one event at a time, right? All right, number 7. Mindset work. I'm committed to reading, listening, and practicing mindset tools to build how I think, act, and feel about situations in life and times. Yeah. And this mindset work is what we're pulling on right now, right? A lot of, you know, observing the rest of Australia going on their great Keppel Island adventures and you know, bushwalking or beach time and all that kind of stuff. I want to be there, you know. But then I go, what else can I do around here? All right, let's do the spa. Let's get out there. Let's do the nails. Let's play games. Let's you know, think and build something that it's gonna serve us, you know, after we're able to also do other things. Yeah. So mindset work is the stuff you don't need when things are at 100%, but you certainly need to remember it when shit hits the fan. Yeah. You need to remember it and you need to tap into the tools and everything, practicing gratitude, writing, journaling, you know, setting new goals, thinking of different ways of doing stuff, innovation, all of that kind of stuff needs to come out. Yeah. I haven't been reading. That's how the things, everything gets written and ticked off once you complete it. It's the satisfaction of the tick, Jules. I love it. That's why I like physical diaries rather than electronic ones, because I want to make sure, you know, again, brain and hand connection, very powerful on following through on what you have said you're going to do. All right, so what is it? What's the next one? So 7 was mindset work. So, you know, work, read, listen, you know, and practice some of those mindset tools, you know, especially when things are not as rosy as they, you know, that normally would be. Number 8. Okay, this is a bit of my own personal thing, but honesty and integrity above all. Are always the best way to be. So I'm committed to be always, when I put my head on the pillow at night, that I know I've done the right thing to the best of my abilities, that I acted with integrity, and that I followed through on my promises to myself and of course to others. Yeah. So again, you know, so many people lie to themselves. Yeah. that in itself, it's such a big no-no, right? Lying to yourself, or not doing things as you know, that you make you proud. Yeah. So really, really important that you know, that, you know, when we put our head on the pillow at night, we are feeling like, you know, we were truthful. You know, we're not perfect, but we did the best we can. Okay, so that's a big commitment you need to make to yourself, you know, rather than, you know, sometimes business owners, you know, ignorance, like, you know, they don't they choose not to look at this or that in the business because it's too hard to look there. Okay, you got to be brave enough to step into those places where you're too scared to look. All right, number 9, get shit done fast and make decisions fast. That's what I'm committed to. All right. So I don't want to muck around. Like, to me, it's such a big waste of time. Even right now, we're locked up, right? We kind of, how can we stay productive? How can we feel like we're moving forward when we feel stuck in one space, right? But this year, if I was to write like my annual newsletter right now, it's only August, I have done so much. I have done, well, by the end of this weekend, 6 retreats, something like 50 workshops. I've still been, the first 3 months, I still traveled. There was a lot of stuff. We went to Merimbula, our miracle holiday. We still had a holiday like about a month ago, thankfully. That's going to keep us going for a little while, right? I still, we bought a house in Queensland. Like, we're still doing stuff. Doesn't matter. We're doing it from here, but we're setting it up, and we're getting shit done in just a different way. Yeah. So really, really, and I'm making decisions. Like, I don't muck around. I'll think of something and it's like, tomorrow, research, do what, look at 3 or 4 options, then make a decision. So successful people make decisions fast and they change them slow. Okay, remember that one. So commit to yourself to start making decisions a little bit faster. Okay. Sometimes we see people dwell and dwell and wait and wait and wait, but by the time they've made the decision, they've wasted 2 years of stuff they could have been doing with that decision. Okay? So don't dwell for too long. Think, research, look at things, compare, boom, make the next step. Yeah? The 5-second rule, Annette. That's pretty much as long as it takes me, Like, I really, really, we had a couple of quotes we wanted to get to extend this bloody awning. Just the sun keeps coming in at 2 o'clock, and I need a second awning, so it blocks out all this glare that I get in my office. So I got a few people to come out, and it was the last day before they could come out to give a quote. And the second lady, I really got along with her. She was really awesome and friendly. And I said, look, it was Wednesday. It was the last day before the stage 4. No one could come out. And I said, look, can you send me a quote in the next 24 hours? I'm making a decision by Friday. Okay. I told her, send me a quote in 24 hours. I have had one other quote. I'm waiting on, like, I'm doing 2 or 3 comparisons, and I'm making a decision on Friday, which is in 48 hours. 48 hours, funny that about me. And no quote came. You know when the quote came? The following Thursday, which was just this one last gone, like 7 days later. And I just wrote her an email. I'm sorry, but I already went with the other guy because I never got your quote, which I was meant to get last Thursday because I was making the decision on Friday. Yes, you were cheaper, but so what? I said, to me, it's about, like, also I'm looking at who aligns with my values. And I said in the nicest way possible. I just gave the feedback and I said, I'm a fast decision maker, and that's how, and then she came back with excuses why the quote took so long. It's like, well, there's no point. You just lost the sale, right? All right. So number 10 on my list is remain solution focused. I'm committed to myself to remain solution focused, right? Yes, we can go and dwell and feel sorry for ourselves for like 5 seconds. Yeah, Ned, 5 seconds. And then, I guess they didn't get the job. No, she didn't get the job. I already paid my 50% deposit to the other guy, and it was like, oh, old news. Where are you? A week later. That it's not about, hey, there's a problem, I feel crappy. You have 5 seconds to feel crappy, and then you go, okay, what's the way out of this? How are we going to get out of it? How am I going to solve it in a lightning speed? Because I want to get back to feeling good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So remaining solution focused, and it's like, okay, can't go down this road. Where? So that is what I always commit to. It's like, okay, no problem is a problem. Yeah. It's just a different way. We need to just go, detour to get to the solution at the other end. So remember that. So let's summarize. And now what I want is for you guys to write your top 10 commitments to you. So here's the summary in case you jumped on late. These are the top 10 commitments to me. I'm going to read, so I don't miss any on my list. Okay. Rest. I commit to sleeping 8 to 10 hours a night. 6 to 8 is okay as well, guys. Yeah, I just love sleeping. It's not negotiable. Number 2 is exercise 4 times a week, without fail, like non-stop, no holidays, that I always turn up and just do some exercise 4 times a week. Okay. Number 3 was when I invest in someone, I'm committed to be coachable, remain on task, and do the work so I can get my return on investment to that. Depending on what it is, it doesn't have to be money. Return on investment can be other things as well of what you get out of a program, right? Number 4, financial security and saving for the future. I'm committed to spending less than I earn and keep investing so that we have stuff for rainy days and for the family and for retirement and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Number 5 is saying no when someone doesn't serve me and I don't want to do something doesn't and I don't want to do it. Becoming, developing the discipline muscle of no. Yeah. Number 6 is scheduling and planning. What gets scheduled gets done. I'm committed to making sure everything I put in this thing goes through. Yeah. Number 7 is mindset work, continuing to watch, listen, read, and practice mindset stuff. Not when shit is amazing, when shit is amazing, when life is amazing, but when it is challenging and crappy. Yeah. Number 8 was honesty, integrity before else to myself. Don't lie to myself. Don't lie to others. Okay, but first, don't lie to myself. That I'm most honest, integral to the person who matters most. Yeah. Number 9 was get shit done fast and make the 5-second decisions and move on. Successful people make decisions fast. They change them slow. I didn't say it. Someone else said it. But it is true in life. And number 10 is remain solution focused. Yeah. It's not about, hey, here's the problem and I'll feel crappy about it. It's okay to have that feeling and be in the pit for a little while, but then get on with it and solve it at a lightning speed so you can get on with being, proactive in your life. So, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I want to know what's one to you. Is there something different from this list? Or will you take something from this list of top 10 commitments to you? Because the greatest commitment you can make is the one to make to you. It's all well and good to other people, and we do things for them, we promise them, we follow through because we wouldn't want to be seen as not integral or not following through. But how do you follow through for yourself? And do you do it often enough? Yeah. And all of this you build on to. Yeah. It just doesn't happen magically overnight. Yeah. And there are things, I'm still working on and I want to get better at, and I want to bring into those commitments so that I can keep improving myself. So I'm glad that you've enjoyed it. Thank you, Costa and Carrie. Oh my God, Costa, I had Lucamaders on Saturday. There's this Greek place nearby, and we had like our post-detox little treat meal, and they had Lucamaders, which are my favorite little dessert from Greek food. And you're welcome, Dr. Joe. I'm glad Annette, that this is helpful today for you, and good luck for this weekend's retreat. I'm so excited for you guys, and I'm just gonna jump across to my secret authors group and have a chat to them around publishing and authoring specific topic now. And I hope you guys have a wonderful week ahead. Keep doing amazing things in this world, and feeding your soul, and keeping the commitments to yourself. And as we like to finish it off, smash it out. Bye, guys.